So in this video, we are going to be building a cryptocurrency focused casino gambling game. Quite a mouthful, but it's very, very cool because we're going to use vibe coding to develop out a casino gambling game and then implement our own cryptocurrency. We're going to create our own cryptocurrency and we're going to do it with no technical knowledge. We're going to use metal.build, which allows you to tokenize your application, create a token and tokenize it with 3 lines of code. The API key is really, really awesome. And then we're going to use V0, a vibe coding app that uses AI to build out our casino gambling game. So if you have no technical experience or you've never even really looked at blockchain technology, but you want to become the next crypto expert and have a cryptocurrency gambling game, stick with me. We're going to get into it. We're going to cover all of that. Let's get going. So why listen to me when it comes to artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies like blockchain and cryptocurrency? It's because, for one, I've been academically published in the space. For example, this paper, The Convergence of Blockchain Technology and Artificial Intelligence, was published by the IEEE. You can see I'm there as the main author. Also did my dissertation focused on building out a web-based blockchain-enabled NFT application that looks to reduce fraud through authenticated social non-human verified digital identity, basically connecting your NFTs to your Twitter account or X account in this point. And you can see I'm the main author over there. And now I'm focused on building out a YouTube channel that brings the latest and greatest when it comes to artificial intelligence from a non-technical standpoint. Someone who is watching this that has never coded before in their life, wants to get involved in AI, doesn't know how to, this is the channel you want to stick with. We try and break things down as simple as possible so that you can start building software today. Alrighty, so we're here at metal.build. And what is Metal? It is basically a developer tool that allows you to add crypto tokens, and wallets into your application that you're vibe coding with just a few API calls. So you don't need to write a smart contract. You don't have to focus on setting up wallets and all that blockchain stuff. Metal handles that for you, all behind the scenes. So you can just focus on building and vibe coding your application, but taking that advantage of having crypto integrated within it. And here you can, look at things such as, you could reward users with tokens, you could sell access, you could create your own in-app economy if you wanted to, really, using crypto and using your own token. And Metal really provides kind of the rails for you to do that and the ability for you to do that in quite an efficient way. So that is what Metal offers, and we're going to get into how we can actually practically put this thing to an app ourselves. So let's get into that. Okay, so what you want to do is come and create an account on metal.build. In order to do that, you'll need a GitHub account. GitHub is a code repository tool. It's free to create an account on GitHub. Once you've done that, you can use those credentials to sign in on Metal. Once you've done that, you can come right over here and go to your dashboard. Here you'll be presented with a couple of pages. The first page is your tokens page. This is where you can generate your own cryptocurrency token with the click of a button. You can see a couple test tokens I've created, and we'll go through creating our token shortly. And then we have API keys where you can actually create an API key and use the API keys in addition to your token address of the token you've created and integrate that into your app that you are vibe coding. Now, what's awesome from Metal is that they actually provide documents on this. So if you go to the Docs tab, there's a whole bunch of information around Metal and how it works and how to go about creating your token and so forth. But there's actually a vibe coding section. So in here, you can actually see, it says here, want to create a brand new Metal app in a single prompt? They have a starter template in V0 that you can literally just clone, and you've pretty much got a sign in, sign up, and the ability to create basic actions when it comes to cryptocurrency and with regards to your specific token, especially once you give you basically add in your API key and your token address. So as they say, the fastest way is to spin up a Metal enabled app is to start the V0 template, which is exactly what we're going to do. So what you do is you come to the V0 template, and I've been playing around with this for a little bit. So we're going to, first thing we get here is that this generation uses Supabase. Supabase is an open source backend and database. So pretty much like Unlovable. So here you just want to fork that. You want to create a copy of that. So you just say fork block. Might lead you to create an account on Supabase. Just note that, but that's free. And there's a free tier within that. So that's completely okay. And in here, we want to create a project. So for Supabase integrations, what you want to do is you actually want to come to integrations in the top corner over here. And this is where you can do all your third-party integrations. And we want to obviously create a backend with Supabase. So we create that. It brings us to Supabase, opens that up. And here, if you scroll right down to the bottom, there's a free plan, which gives you quite a fair bit of storage and capacity. So it's more than you need. You just click OK, and then obviously it gives a database name. So in this case, we can leave it as this, which is Superbase Orange Cat or Orange Car, sorry. And it's on the free version. Let's say create, so it will create a database for us. Okay, cool, that's done. We click done. Now that's created our database. You can see it's connected. And we've presented with this Metal SDK demo sign up and login page, which says create a wallet. When you sign up, you'll receive 10 tokens automatically as like a reward. You can then spend those or withdraw your tokens, and it kind of shows you the basic actions. So as it says here, we need 3 components from Metal in order to get our app up and running. How do we get these? Where do we get this from? So what you want to do, let's go back to Metal. Let's come to our dashboard and let's go and create a token. So I'm going to create a token. Let's call it the vibe coding token, right? And the ticker. So a ticker is just how you identify your token. So it has to be unique. So Bitcoin is BTC, Ethereum is ETH, and there's a whole bunch of different ones. It's just like with stocks, right? So in this case, we can maybe call it vibe, which will be pretty cool. So that's how we identify it. Now there's 2 components here, which is reward allocation and merchant allocation. So we're going to enable reward allocation. And the reason we're going to do this is we're going to reward our users for any in-app activity. So think about it in the sense of, say you've deployed an application, and if you refer or invite a friend, you get rewarded with some of this token. Or if you perform a quiz, right? If you play a quiz on the app and you win, you get rewarded. Or say we've got like a gambling game, and if you kind of you buy some tokens and you use some tokens, and then in order to reward people, you can reward them with some tokens as they play. Whatever you want in terms of your in-app activity or behavior, you can reward those users with a portion of your total token supply. So in this case, you can see we're going to have a reward allocation of 10%. So 10% of all of our tokens will go through to rewarding users for using our application. It's kind of an incentive for them to use it. The merchant allocation is more of a custom treasury, which we're not going to really enable in this application. It's only if you want a specific, if you kind of want more flexibility in order to kind of manage or kind of manually distribute tokens outside of your normal liquidity pool, as well as your reward pool, then you would, reserve some into that specific treasury. And in this case, we're not going to do that, just from a simplicity standpoint. So 10% goes through to rewarding users. And then why do we have 90% in locked liquidity? Actually going to make it liquid, so we're going to actually open it out. But the 90% there is so that the whole token economy doesn't collapse, in the sense of that 90% will be used for trading, for fees, so people can buy and sell your token as a crypto token would operate. And you would have that as a liquidity pool with the majority of 90% sitting there so that people can start trading that token and using it. You don't want to give away too much or allow people to take too much, else it would destroy the whole economy of the crypto token. So that's why. So our 10% goes through to rewarding our users. So once that's all done, literally a couple of steps, we go ahead and say create token. And in an instance, we have literally completed what would usually take quite a long time. So under the hood, Metal is generating our smart contract, it's deploying it, and it will then give us our API key, or we'll use our API key in order to connect with this token. So you can see vibe coding has been created successfully. You can see it's not liquid at the moment. So what we have to do is click on it, and you can see we have 5 million. So 10%, 500,000 of these tokens will go through to rewarding users. We can see it's not liquid. And then here we can say create liquidity in order to open up the market and basically liquidify this token. So these are just the steps you're going to want to go through before we go ahead and integrate it into our application. That being said, next step would be to come through and create your API key. What you want to do is generate an API key here. You'll get a public key, which is front facing, and then a secret key, which you don't want to share. That's why it is hidden. And if we come back to our V0 app, we need 3 components. We need a public key from our API, so we can copy that, paste that in. We can come to get our secret key. We can go ahead and paste that in. And then we can go again and get our token address. So we come to tokens, we've got a vibe coding, which is now liquid. So that's good. and we can go ahead and just copy. If we open this up over here, it will open up base scan, which is where the application is on a smart contract. So we can actually look at the full smart contract and look at all the transactions, because that's what a blockchain is. It's like this open source ledger of all the transactions that are occurring for a specific cryptocurrency. So whenever any transaction happens between one address and another, that'll all be stored here in an open ledger that everyone can go and view and look at, which is pretty awesome. So that being said, we're going to come through and we're going to copy our token address and we're going to go ahead and paste that in as our last step. Once we've done that, we hit submit and all that information will be taken into account and integrated into our V0 application. Really simple, quick and easy. Okay, perfect. So it says we are good to go. So let's go ahead and sign up. Alrighty, so we've got our first error here, which is the Superbase error. We're going to just ask to fix that with V0. This is not Metal. This is just connection to Superbase. We might need an API key from Superbase. Let's see. Okay, it's just an initialization error. So that shouldn't be too much of an issue. All right, so we now can have the ability to sign up. However, what I want you to do is come to Superbase, go to the database that's connected to your application, come down to authentication. I want you to go to sign in, sign up. I want you to come to email. And I want to say, you want to untick confirm email so that when we're testing this, you don't have to, when you sign up for something, you have to confirm the email. In this case, you don't have to. Once you sign up, you can automatically just go log in. So let's do that. Let's accept, make sure we've saved that. So just save that in Superbase. Once that's done, you can come back over here and then we can sign up. So if we say click sign up with my email, okay, cool. It says please check your email, but we should be able to then go straight to our login. Cool, we're logging in. It says retrieving your wallet. So it's creating a wallet for us with that token, that Vibe token. Okay, so here we go. We've got a wallet address that if we open up over here, we can see we've got a wallet address with nothing in it just yet. So if we go back over here and we say reward 1 token, success, you've received 1 token as a reward. Okay, now we're rewarding ourselves with tokens, which is just to showcase this. So we have 1 token. Let's maybe reward ourselves another one. Cool, now we have 2 tokens. And now what you want to do is you click on this wallet address again. It opens it up over here. And we can see we've got 1 token transfer found. So if we go over here, you can see we've been rewarded with 1 token there and 1 token there, which is all happening on the Vibe coding token specific to our Ethereum smart contract. Now, if you don't know about smart contracts and stuff, don't stress. If this looks intimidating, do not stress. It's basically just saying that this is, like I said, that ledger, which is tracking every transaction that's happening. But it's showcasing that this is actually happening on the Ethereum blockchain, which is pretty awesome. So, and with a click of a button through Metal. So if we come back over here, that is actually working. And then let's go ahead and try and spend 1 token. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to log out. I'm going to come to sign up. I'm actually going to sign up with another one of my email addresses. Cool, let's click sign up. Cool, let's go to login. Okay, retrieving your wallet. So it's creating a wallet now for this new person's account for my other email address. Okay, cool. And over here, this has got a token balance of 0. We could say reward 1 token, but I want to show you how the spend works. So this wallet address, if we open it up over here, this is our wallet address. This is your unique address that's specific to you. It's like your bank account number, okay? And over here, you can see there's no transactions. So what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna log out over here. I've got a slight authentication error, which we'll fix, but we're still able to sign up and log in for now. Okay, and now I'm gonna go back into my original account, retrieving your wallet. Now we should have 2 tokens in this account. Okay, cool. So this is our token balance of 2. Now, this wallet address for our new wallet, we're going to copy that. What I want to do here is I actually want to withdraw these tokens to our other account's address. So I'm going to say withdraw all tokens. Success, you withdrew 2 tokens to that address. Now, it might not be immediate, but let's check. Okay, so this is a new token account, 1 token transfer found. And over here, you can see this account, right, 0x90, which is over here, 0x90, this is our original account, has sent 2 tokens to our new account. We can see that you have the ability to send tokens to another user, all with the power of Metal and V0, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so now this is great, but how do we actually create an application through this? What's beautiful about this is we've got V0 as our base. We can kind of edit that into what we want. So let's get into that right now. Okay, so now my idea here is I want to actually build a casino style game, maybe like slots or some sort of casino game that we can use crypto in and actually gamble with crypto, if that makes sense. So let's give it a go. I want you to change the project. Actually, no, scratch that. I want you to design or alter the project to fit a casino style gambling game where users will be able to sign up, log in, reward themselves with some tokens, and then gamble using those tokens. Okay, so that's a good start. Let's see how this goes ahead and changes what we want to build. Okay, cool. So this is updated. And you can see we've got a nice dark casino looking login page now, which is still going to work as it was before. So we can go ahead and log into our account. And I just try this before I started recording this part. So I'll show you how it works. Okay, so it's loading our dashboard. And this is our dashboard. Token Casino, got our wallet. In this case, I've got 5 tokens because I just added, but I'll show you how this works. You can reward yourself with 5 more free tokens. And then you can play slots, you can play dice, or you can play coin flip, right? Which is pretty cool. So let's see how this works. So I'm gonna reward myself with 5 free tokens first. This is our token address. Click 5 free tokens. We should go to 10 on our balance. Okay, cool, so that works. Now I'm gonna come to our token address. Let me close all these over here. And we can see it's got internal transactions. Sorry, token transfers here. And here you can see we were rewarded with our 5 tokens right now. Okay, so that's there. So that's so into our wallet. And we come over here. Now let's go play some slots. So our bet amount is 1. Let's click spin. So now our token balance is 9. We spun. We won 2 tokens. So cool. Now we're at 11. So let's spin this again. 2 more tokens. Okay, cool. Let's try spin again. So now we've got 11 over there. Okay, we didn't win there. Now we spin again. Didn't win again. Okay, cool. So it's not like just rewarding us every single time. Lost again. Lost again. Oh, 1, 2 more there. Okay, cool. I think we might have to work on just the token balance updating a little bit better. And then it tracks your wins. 3 wins, 8 losses, and our biggest win was 2, which is pretty cool. Let's try and see how the dice game works. So bet 1, roll dice. Okay, so you need to get, okay, so you're saying, okay, we're gonna either bet if it's under 50 or above 50. So let's say under 50. Oh, we won, nice. Okay, we won 1 token. Under 50, oh, we lost. Under 50, now we lost. Okay, let's go over 50. Yeah, we won, nice. Okay, and then let's try the coin flip. Let's say it's gonna be tails. Okay, let's test tails again. Yeah, we won, nice. Okay, so one thing to note here is that our wallet address is not tracking every single transaction that's happening from a gambling perspective. So we've got our token balance here and we're gambling, but every single time we win or we lose, that's not tracked on the blockchain. It's ideally only when we withdraw money or receive money into our actual account. So that will be something we kind of want to work on. And one thing I want to say over here, this is great. However, I wanted to work that that every single time a person gambles and they win or they lose money, that should be tracked on via the token address blockchain. Or at least what would be easier is to deposit money from your wallet into basically like a betting account that would withdraw money from your actual wallet into that betting account. And once that betting account, once you're done betting, you can then close that account and it will deposit the money back into your account if there is anything in there. I hope that makes sense. Okay, cool. So what I want to kind of do here is have a little bit of a betting account so that you'll take money out of your wallet, which tracks that on the blockchain. So I want 5 tokens out of my wallet into my betting account. I want to bet. So I end up with 10 tokens and then I withdraw those 10 tokens into my wallet address and that'll be tracked on the blockchain. So when you're gambling, you're not on chain, you gamble off chain within the casino. And then when you're good to go and you're done, you withdraw that into your wallet. Okay, so it's actually changed our login page slightly, which you didn't ask for, but that's fine. So let's log in. I'll also be honest, this is either this template or it's from Metal or V0 itself, but the off the bat saying we want a casino style game has given us something that looks pretty good. I've tried to create casino style games in other builders before and or other no code builders, and they don't come out as good. So over here, we've got our token balance of 10. We can reward ourselves with the free tokens again. Now we want to create a betting account. Betting accounts allows you to deposit tokens from your main wallet and use them for gambling. All your betting transactions will be tracked on the blockchain. Okay, so that's a little bit of a double up. We'll have to double check that. So let's see if we create a betting account. Okay, so now betting balance is 0. We want to deposit from our main wallet. So let's deposit 5. Let's see how well this goes. Okay, successfully deposited. Deposit of 5. We've got 5 in our betting balance and we've got 5 tokens in our main wallet. Let's check that. Let's see if that actually worked. 6 token transfers. Yep, we got 5 tokens out into our betting wallet. Okay, so it's basically put it back into the main contract address. So that's fine. Okay, so you need to create a betting account and deposit tokens before you can play the game. Okay, so we do have a betting account now. So let's maybe try and reload the dashboard. That's a little bit of a bug that we'll have to fix, that it loads the ability to bet once we have a betting account. Okay, so we did reload and that worked. Our betting account's down here and we've got, should have the ability to bet up to 5 tokens. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna bet, we can only bet a max of 5. So let's actually try and see if we bet a max of 5 on slots. So let's spin, hopefully we don't win. Okay, no luck. Cool. So that's done. Now you can see the spin button is not working because why? If we reload our betting account, we should have 0 in there and we're lost. Okay, so that's over there. Now let's say we want to deposit 6 from our wallet, which we only have 5 left. Let's click deposit, insufficient tokens. Very nice. So let's go ahead and say, okay, maybe let's go and say we want 5 free tokens back into our account. This should go into our wallet address, not our betting account. Cool, it is. And now we can go ahead and say we want those 6 in our betting account. Let's deposit that. I like that it's got the recent transaction history. It's laid out really well, to be honest, for an off the bat game. Okay, cool. And then we've got, okay, a betting account of 6. Let's go to our dice. Let's bet. Okay, so we can actually change this over here. So let's say our winning chance, let's increase our winning chance to 70%. We're gonna bet that it's over 30. Our multiplier is 1.4x. And again, you see here, it's not picking up that we are allowed to bet, which we'll probably have to reload this again. It's probably something you can just ask V0 to make sure it refreshes the actual betting components once you've updated your wallet, so that you don't have to keep reloading this dashboard. Okay, cool, so that works. Let's go to dice. Let's bet the total amount, which we've got is 6. Okay, it allows us to bet whatever's in our betting account. What do we say? We're gonna drop that down to like 70%. We're gonna bet it's over 30. And is it over 30? It is. We won 8 tokens. Very nice. We reload our betting account, which should go up to 8, which, does that make sense? And we can close our account and return those 8 back to our balance. So that should go to 12 in terms of our overall token balance. And that should be an actual transaction on the blockchain. Okay, cool. So our account's closed. Our token balance is 12. And if we go over here, we should have that transaction tracked. 8 token transaction transfers. And there's our 6 that went into that account. So the logical next step here would be, we don't want to continuously allow people to get 5 free tokens whenever they run out of money. We want to actually monetize that, right? So we want to integrate something like Stripe or Lemon Squeezy that allows people to be able to deposit money, actual money, buy the tokens, and then use the tokens to gamble. All right, they gamble, and then withdraw that into their wallet address, and then they can obviously trade those tokens, and you can actually build in a token economy. So if you're looking to launch a cryptocurrency, that would be the logical next step. And that is something I'm very keen on doing a video on. I want to see how well this video does. So if this did help you, if this is interesting to you, and you want to be able to see that, definitely like and subscribe. Drop a note in the comments, say, hey Jagger, this would be awesome to be able to see this. let's go ahead and I want to see that video where we monetize that. Based off the feedback I get off this video, I'll definitely consider doing that as a next step to this. But I think this is a good start, and this shows you how you can use crypto through the power of something like Metal, using their template, which is super powerful. It gives you such a good base to go off of. Connect super base, allow people to create accounts, and allow people to, go ahead and, for example, gamble a casino or three different casino games really quite quickly, and you can get an app up and running so fast using the power of artificial intelligence. Other than that, I will see you guys on the next video. Like I said, like and subscribe if you're keen for a video, which will be a continuation of this and how we go ahead and monetize something like this. Other than that, I will see you on the next video. Cheers.